With KBLA Talk 1580, the Terry Claiborne Foundation presents its 26th annual holiday party, Saturday, December 9th, featuring live entertainment, celebrity appearances, plus food and drinks. There is a cover charge for this party of the season, but not if you're one of our special guests. All you have to do is go to our website at KBLA1580.com and sign up. That's it, that's all. Just sign up at KBLA1580.com and you could win entrance to the soiree of the season. But whether you win or not, get a ticket, support the kids, and come join us on the red carpet in your semi-formal club attire and celebrate the season with KBLA Talk 1580 and the Terry Claiborne Foundation as we collect toys for the youth in our community. That's Saturday, December 9th, 1110 South La Cienega Boulevard, just south of Olympic. It's a holiday party with a purpose.
I'm Terry Claiborne. It's going to be a party. Come hang out with us.
Hey, so I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light, see the light.
Plenty of relationships fail because of friends and family. And listen, if you say to me, I've tried resolving it, I've tried working things out, I've tried creating a more positive environment, well then you're gonna have to be ready to let go of some people. You know how they say, sometimes your elevation requires separation. Like sometimes you gotta let go of some people to reach that next level. And yes, if that next level includes the love of your life, ain't it worth it? Plenty of...
Steven speaks. I love that brother. I don't agree with everything. I don't agree with everything anybody says, but I love that brother. That brother is a deep brother. He's an intelligent brother. And, I love a lot of the things that he has to say. Now, let me just say this. Elevation requires separation. Have you ever had to get rid of some friends from your inner circle that came for your significant other? In other words, they had nothing but negative things to say about your significant other. Now, I do know some of those friends were probably right after the relationship failed. But what about when that inner circle is the source of the negative thinking you harbor towards your partner? What if, in fact, your inner circle are wrong about your significant other. A lot of times the inner circle of friends have different motives. What are the means of finding out their motives for why they always got a word for you about yo man or yo woman? They always got a word. You understand? How do you navigate a relationship that everybody around you disapproves of? Everybody around you disapprove of this relationship. How do you navigate that relationship? How do you protect that relationship? How do you pour into it? How do you nurture it? Should you nurture it? Or should you be like, throw my hands up. Nobody in my circle likes this person, friends or family. It's a very interesting topic tonight. And I want to know how you navigated this situation, right? Why do I want to know? Because this is a discussion. This is not a monologue. This is Zoe having a national discussion every night about relationships. Why is that important? Because I believe that relationship is the glue that holds everything together. Your relationship with your family, your relationship with your coworkers, your relationship with your intimate partner, and on a larger level, your relationship with your community. Just think if everybody was coming from a relationship that wasn't perfect, but coming from a relationship that is dedicated, devoted, and willing to work on what's wrong. I think as a society, as a community as a whole, we would be in a better position. Tonight's topic, how do you navigate a relationship that everyone around you disapproves of? To what extent do external opinions influence the dynamics of your relationship? That's a heavy question. I want you to marinate. To what extent do external opinions influence the dynamics of your relationship? How much weight should you give to the viewpoints of friends and family in addressing your relationship? Ooh, that's heavy. Can a relationship thrive without the approval of those closest to you? In what ways can external disapproval impact your emotional well-being while in an intimate relationship? This is deep stuff. I'm taking you into deep water. And is it any of their business anyway? Did you ask for their opinion, or was it unsolicited and they just gave it to you because they wanted you to know? How do you accept that kind of information? See, you have to understand, navigating relationship amid widespread disapproval from friends or family is a touchy, complex, nuanced journey that demands introspection and resilience. You got to look inside and say, am I doing the right or wrong thing for me? And then you got to have the resilience to say, this is my person, and I'm going to push back on anybody who got something negative to say. Or does the advice from your inner circle outweigh your own? Ooh, this is heavy. It's heavy stuff. I don't know. The power of external perspectives on a relationship can be profound, influencing dynamics, emotions, and even long-term success or failure of the union. On the one hand, external opinions can serve as a reflective mirror, offering valuable insights into aspects of the relationship that may require attention that may be unbeknownst to you, right? Loved ones who often have a genuine concern for our well-being may detect red flags or potential pitfalls that partners might overlook in the midst of emotional involvement. These perspectives can act as a type of safeguard, providing a border or providing a broader view of the relationship landscape and guiding partners away from potential harm. Conversely, excessive reliance on external validation may indicate a lack of autonomy, so codependence on the inner circle, so to speak, within the relationship. While the perspectives of friends and families are indeed, family members are indeed valuable, the intrinsic dynamic of the partnership should not be overshadowed or compromised by external judgments. Partners must strike a delicate balance, considering external insights without relinquishing their agency in making decisions that align with their values and aspirations. This is about to be deep. When is your inner circle the problem in your intimate relationship? That is the show tonight. When is your inner circle, friends and family, when are they the problem? Sometimes I got too much to say. Sometimes they say it inappropriately. And sometimes the timing in which they say what they say is not good. When is the inner circle keeping you single? When we come forward, the voice of reason shall jump deep into this. I want to hear your opinion. The number to dial is 1-800-920-1580.
Here's to a holiday season full of peace, joy, and happiness. Happy Kwanzaa from all of us at KBLA Talk 1580. Environmental justice, pollution, and climate. In Los Angeles and across America, people of color are suffering and dying from disproportionate health impacts on a planet that has less than 10 years to prevent irreversible damage. Heat illnesses, respiratory illnesses, water-related illnesses, food system impacts, insect-related diseases, black maternal health, and mental health effects. As the impacts of climate change mount, millions of vulnerable people, our people, are going to bear the brunt of these extreme environmental events, which will likely lead to forced displacement, loss of cultural identity, and other related risks. These realities are as real as rain. Stay tuned to KBLA Talk 1580 for more details about the most progressive multimedia and live events campaign any black media outlet has ever undertaken to combat the climate catastrophe. Experts, events, empowerment. It's all on the way from unapologetically progressive KBLA Talk 1580. We don't black down. We level up.
Level up, 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 level up.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA reminds you that when we fight, we win, and we don't black down. LA Community Action Network, or LA CAN, was formed in 1999 when 25 residents of downtown LA came together and acknowledged the problems that existed in their community and made a commitment to do something about those problems, to stand together, organize, and become a force in the community that demands change. Civil rights and preventing the criminalization of poverty are their core projects. In addition, they take on women's rights, the human right to housing, and healthy food access. LA CAN also has projects focused on economic development, civic participation, voter engagement, and community media. While downtown LA remains their home base, with a particular emphasis on the Skid Row community, in 2007, they expanded their housing and healthy food access work into South Central Los Angeles. LA Can believes that power for low-income people and people of color is achieved through a large, active, and well-informed member base that utilizes a multitude of methods to advance their messages and goals. If you'd like to join the Los Angeles Community Action Network and organize people to fight back against oppression, please visit cangress.org. That's cangress.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yeah, shorty. I see you. Go ahead and chill with your friends. Holla.
Don't be mad, I'm not trying to offend. Your shape is captivating, but I'ma be patient. If I have to, I'ma just fall back. Ain't no need to press the fact that I'm open off your style. You're sexy when you walk. I ain't even heard you talk, yeah. If your voice is as fly as your skin tone, then I already know what you sound like when you moan. I don't wanna be patient, don't wanna jump the gun. I want somebody else to screw you.
Even the white boys from Pasadena be cold. My playlist is my co-host. That's John B. The name of the record is called Patience. Sometimes we got to be patient with our inner circle because they might be impatient with our significant other. You know? Tonight's topic is a doozy. It is a doozy. The weight assigned to the viewpoint of friends and family becomes very, very pivotal, extremely crucial. While their opinions can be a source of wisdom, it is essential to recognize the individuality of each relationship. What works for one may not work for another, and partners should be discerning in filtering advice that aligns with the unique dynamic of their connection. See, let me just say, everybody got an opinion about something, right? Everybody gonna have a thought on something. If I was in that, well, you're not in this relationship. Now, unless I come to you and ask for your insight and ask for your perspective, I don't want to know what you would do if you was in my shoes. Because number one, you're not, and you can't experience what I'm experiencing. Now, some people would argue that a therapist is a third party, is an outside party that probably, but they're professionally trained to listen, right? They've studied the psyche, the human psyche. They understand psychology. They understand the tendencies that people have. They understand their attachment styles. They've studied all of it. So they can give you a little bit of insight, and I think it's best to not seek advice from people who are not trained. You know why? Because they got their personal wrapped in it. Especially if it's your parents and if it's your friends. They're going to be like, you my friend. I got your best interest. So by default, they're not advocates of your partner. When's the last time you seen somebody's inner circle advocating, right, for their significant other? Now, you know you wrong. He's right or she's right. You know you're wrong. When's the last time you seen that? Typically, people in your inner circle advocate for you. So my question now becomes, how do you navigate a relationship that everyone around you disapproves of? I think, number one, your relationship is between you and your partner. And really, the nuances and what's going on in the relationship is none of anybody else's business. Unless you're in danger. Like, if you're in danger, go tell somebody. Go tell somebody if you're in trouble. But if you're not in trouble, I think you bring trouble to the relationship by trying to get other perspectives. Now, some people may have good advice. I'm not here to say unequivocally don't do it, but I'm saying be mindful of who you're sharing this information with. I think that's a big point right there. 1-800-920-1580. I want to hear from the listeners. I want to know if you had to shut a family member down for being too nosy, for being too involved, for offering their advice and their opinion on your relationship when you didn't ask for it. And I want to know if you had to shut a friend down. And this is a topic that came from the cigar lounge, by the way. You know, I go into the cigar, everybody in the cigar lounge is listening to the voice of reason. And so when I go into the cigar lounge, everybody has a topic suggestion now. And the topic suggestion came to me, you know, how do you navigate a relationship that everyone disapproves of? How do you figure that out? How do you walk that line? Listen, you're not in the relationship to make other people happy. You're not in the relationship to make other people feel comfortable. You're not in the relationship to put them at ease. You're in the relationship for what you need. Now, like I said, if you're in a situation where a person is disrespecting you, if you're in a situation where a person is hurting you, if you're in a situation where a person is violent, yes, go to your inner circle, go to your family, go to the police, go to whoever you need to go to. However, if you're in a relationship that somebody disapproves of, I would say first figure out why they disapprove of your relationship. Because a young lady told me today, she was a bartender at the cigar lounge. The young lady says she has encountered other women who are jealous of what she has. And they have advised her erroneously because she had to figure this out. They really didn't want her to have a relationship because they didn't have one. Now, I'm interested to know, does this actually, apparently it does happen because the young lady said that's what happened to her. And she had to kind of pull back from that particular friend in order to say, hey, let me think on this myself. I don't need your advice anymore. And the friend felt some kind of way. So I want to know, have you experienced this in your relationship? Do you need your friends and family to sign off on your relationship? Should the success or failure of a relationship be determined by internal dynamics or external expressions? Perception. That's a great question. I want to read it again. Should the success or failure of your relationship be determined by internal dynamics or external perceptions? I think it should be internal dynamics. I don't want nobody outside of my relationship to have control over it, in my opinion. What are your thoughts? How do you protect the intimacy of your relationship from being influenced or tainted by external judgments? Listen, I'm going to say it again. I think it's very intelligent to be very economical with the information of your relationship. Now, I'm an advocate of having a spiritual team. I'm one that'll go to a spiritual team. You know, I will go to some therapists. I will go to some spiritualists. But sometimes I get carried away. I might go to 5 spiritualists that are all on my team. And then not thinking, wait a minute, 5 spiritualists, that's 5 people who know what's going on. Right? And then you add 2 therapists. Wait a minute, that's 7 people. So where's the boundary? You know, sometimes I get caught up. I be wanting to know. Like, talk to me. Give me some insight. But I still think those people have to be vetted out. Right? Those people have to be vetted out. You have to learn how to distinguish between genuine concern and unwanted interference. And this requires a keen understanding, right? A very keen understanding of the motivations behind external opinions. While loved ones may genuinely care, unwarranted interference may stem from personal biases or unresolved issues. Partners should engage in open communication to address concerns while maintaining boundaries that protect the sanctity of the relationship. As always, Zoe Williams is guilty of breaking that rule. Like I told you, I will go to my spiritual team. Let's sit down. Let's pray together. Let's do a reading. Let's find out. You know, I'm all over the place. And sometimes I got to get my coattails pulled a little bit and say, hey, how many people have you talked to? I'm guilty. Listen, what I'm not going to do is feign perfect. I'm not finna front like I got it together. I keep trying to tell y'all, if you're talking to any relationship specialist and they act like they got it all together, run. Turn and run for the hills, okay? Tonight's topic, if you're just tuning in, how to navigate a relationship that everyone around you disapproves of, right? Why do they disapprove of it? What are their motivations for trying to help you? What do they see that you don't see? And if you have this conversation with them and they explain what they think they see that you don't see, right? And you say to them, actually, you're wrong. You're projecting. You're putting something on it that doesn't exist. Then what do you do with that friend? Do you cut them off from the information that flows from your relationship? If they give you bad advice, what are the penalties for that? When we come forward, oh Lord, she done called in early. We about to talk to Nikki from the SIP.
Love to me, let me give you what you need.
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. New Yorkers are reacting to a poll that gives Black New York City Mayor Eric Adams some pretty low numbers. According to the Quinnipiac poll, only 28% of voters approve of the job Adams is doing, down from 37% in February. That's the lowest approval rating for a New York City mayor since Quinnipiac started polling voters in 1996. As the FBI investigates the mayor's 2021 campaign, 22% of voters think he did something illegal, while another 30% believe he did something unethical. Former President Trump's New York fraud trial is moving along. An accountant is testifying in Trump's defense. The former president is also expected to testify on Monday as the last witness in the defense case. The office of Black New York Attorney General Letitia James is suing the Trumps and the Trump Organization for allegedly inflating financial statements by billions of dollars. That's the latest. I'm Amber Payton on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
They're playing Cha-Chingle Bells at Jackson Hewitt starting December 11th. Get a holiday loan for up to $1,000. Visit jacksonhewitt.com. Early refund advance offered to eligible clients. Application required. Finance charge applies. Loans by Republic Bank. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
In association with KBLA Talk 1580, the Terry Claiborne Foundation presents its 26th annual holiday party, Saturday, December 9th, featuring live entertainment, celebrity appearances, plus food and drinks. There is a cover charge for this party of the season, but not if you're one of our special guests. All you have to do is go to our website at KBLA1580.com and sign up. That's it, that's all. Just sign up at KBLA1580.com and you could win entrance to the soiree of the season. But whether you win or not, get a ticket, support the kids, and come join us on the red carpet in your semi-formal club attire and celebrate the season with KBLA Talk 1580 and the Terry Claiborne Foundation as we collect toys for the youth in our community. That's Saturday, December 9th, 1110 South La Cienega Boulevard, just south of Olympic. It's a holiday party with a purpose.
I'm Terry Claiborne. It's going to be a party. Come hang out with us.
Celebrate Southern California's health equity heroes at California Black Health Network's 40th anniversary event at Hotel Indigo's 18 Social, Thursday, December 7th, 6 to 9 p.m. Join us as we celebrate 40 years of advancing health equity for Black Californians and honor local organizations like Black Women for Wellness, the California Black Women's Health Project, Riverside County PEI, and the African American Infant and Maternal Mortality Project, December 7th. Buy your tickets now at cablackhealthnetwork.org.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminding you that we keep us safe. Pro Football Hall of Famer and urban peace pioneer Jim Brown believed in just that. So he founded the Amera I Can Foundation for Social Change in 1988, focusing on at-risk and high-risk youth in underserved schools and juvenile detention facilities, as well as adult incarceration and reentry initiatives. The core of the Amera I Can program is its 15-chapter life skills curriculum. Mastery of these skills allows individuals to meet their academic potential, conform their behavior to acceptable societal standards, and improve the quality of their lives by equipping them with what they need to confidently and successfully contribute to society. Today, the foundation is led by its president, Monique Brown, who has been actively involved in the organization for more than 25 years. The Amera I Can Foundation continues its work in memory of its founder, actor, philanthropist, and NFL legend Jim Brown. To get involved or make a donation, please visit AmeriICanCommunity.partners. That's AmeriICanCommunity.partners. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Hi, Maisha Cairo here, KBLA, live at Chase Bank on Crenshaw and Vernon for the In This Together tour with female business owners, a day of empowerment, community panels, and best of all, tips on building business from marketing to capital. I was able to speak with Kate Luzio, former banking executive and now owner of Luminary, who partnered with Chase for this tour. She makes it her business to build community for business owners.
Yes, so I was a banker for 20 years before I decided to become an entrepreneur. 7 of those years were actually at JP Morgan Chase. One of the biggest things that I had going into my entrepreneurial journey was a big background in banking.
So what advice are you giving business owners looking for financial backing today?
So Chase brings in so much knowledge and the opportunity to understand what financial tools are out there for business owners to build, grow, and scale their business. A lot of business owners will say, well, I need to get a loan immediately. Well, you wouldn't just lend money to your friend if you didn't know why they needed it. I tell every business owner, you need a business plan, you need financial projections, you need a banker. Because you have to start building a relationship with a banker so that they get comfortable with how you're going to build that business and so that they can eventually support you in different ways.
Makes sense. So visit the Chase Community Center on Crenshaw and Vernon. Meet a banker today. Tell them about your business. I'm Maisha Cairo in the community for KBLA with JP Morgan Chase.
You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Just had a fight with my woman over something trivial told. We rarely have confrontation, and if the I said really was bold, I I think she get it from my mama. Her bitterness passed down from old. When I'm calling out her trauma, she too defensive to listen, I'll call so. Look at me, I got problems. You got the type of advice that I need. I couldn't get through on the mention series. Dana was hogging up the time that I need. Between working or being so clingy, plus the time zone difference don't make it more easy. So I figured I'd call in early, turn my life down, mercy, I got through. You tuned in, yeah. So just lay back your mind. Someday, everybody tuning in to soul. Cause he is.
Hey, listen, that 16-year-old Brandy was different, man. My playlist is my co-host. Always on my mind. Brandy from her first album, I think that's 1995. One of the slept-on slappers on that album. Great record. Tonight's topic, man, heavy stuff. We got a great caller on the line. I'm about to get him in here. But for people who are just tuning in, is it healthier for a relationship to be insulated from external judgments or to face and overcome them? Can external disapproval become a self-fulfilling prophecy in a relationship? To what extent do external opinions shape your own perspective or perceptions of your relationship? Is there a danger in prioritizing external approval over internal satisfaction within a relationship? We want to know. Nikki from the SIP, get in here.
Brother Zoe, family.
Hey, sister, how you doing? What are your thoughts? I you know me. I'm going to get out your way because I really want to know what you got as food for thought.
Well, I got a question because, first of all, I've never taken anybody, I've never had an experience where there was someone who was going to be my intimate person that my family and friends didn't think was cool. That's never happened to me before. Now, it could just be lucky or I got a good picker. I don't know. But, you know, I'm only for the cool people. So that doesn't really happen to me. But what I wanted to ask was, if your intimate relationship is intimate, that's not supposed to be for everybody. So who the young lady you referenced in your cigar bar experience, see, she should have had two red flags. One was because the friend that she had to excommunicate had an opinion that made her realize this person wasn't cool. And the second red flag was for her to understand that she has missed something in organizing her circle because she missed that young lady was that type of person. See, we have those kinds of people. That stuff you asked, does that happen? Yeah, that happens all the time. It even happens in your family. You know, you got family members that don't want to see you happy with him or her, or a new house, new cars, purses, cash, good credit, whatever it is.
Right.
But our job is to make sure that we are discerning appropriately in family or our friends who those people are, because those aren't the people who you want to expose your intimate person to begin with. See, the intimate person, you're supposed to have your circle so tight. For example, I got 5 people in my circle, but 3 of them is the external. It's only 2 in the internal circle.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah. You're teaching me now.
Because
you're teaching me.
Your friends, you have an intimate friendship circle too, and there are levels to that circle. And the people who are on the inner court, or the 2, those are the 2 that get exposure to the intimate. Because the job responsibility, my circle's people have responsibilities. Their job is to see what I don't.
Come on.
Not me. They're supposed to see the intimate and what that intimate person may be exposing that I don't see, because I'm in love and I got, rose-colored glasses on and I think they wonderful and everything. Okay, now, you have to have your circle tight so that those 2 or 5, whatever the number is for you, so that they understand how to play their position. That means they got to be secure. They have had to do their inner work that you are constantly telling us about, so that they know how to play their position to get to the inner circle.
So would you say that the inner circle is somewhat of an extension of your significant other?
Yes.
Ooh, talk to me about that.
Yes, because the significant there's only one other relationship in human form that's closer to you than the inner circle. That's the intimate. Okay? Because that's the only other person you're spending more time with than the people in the circle. So, yes, there is you said Taurus is, we had to have peace in the home.
Right.
So, everybody, the plants, the dog, everybody in here got to get along.
Everybody in here got to get along. You understand me? Go ahead.
Just everything got to coexist up in here. Okay? So those 2, because those are the 2 that get to come to the back cave. Remember, we discovered the other night, everybody can't come here. So they have to be an extension.
Nick, hold on 1 second, because you are really cooking right now. When we come forward, we going back to Mississippi. If you want to bring your city in the building, you know the routine. I want to hear your perspective. Does it mesh with Nikki from the SIP, or do you have a different take on it? When we come forward, we going back to Mississippi.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
When you're young, life is full of choices. Don't let opioids like highly addictive and deadly fentanyl take away your life with just one wrong pill. Addiction is a disease that can affect anyone at any age. But there is a choice to get help for this disease. Find medically proven treatment options, including virtual, at choosemat.org.
As veterans, we're no strangers to helping others.
That's what we were taught, service before self.
But we do have one question for the veterans listening.
When was the last time you reached out for help?
If you or someone you know needs resources, whether it's for stress, finances, employment, or mental health, don't wait. Reach out.
Find more information at va.gov/reach. That's va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
They are our love bugs and companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life better. When we face unexpected challenges, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people and their pets. Whether donating a bag of kibble, sharing an Instagram post of a lost cat, or welcoming a foster pet into your home, every bit of kindness counts. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Every child deserves the best teachers, facilities, and academic programs to set them up for success. At Milton Hershey School in Hershey, Pennsylvania, we make that a reality for children from qualifying families who are looking for greater opportunities. Milton Hershey School enrolls students from pre-K through 12th grade from across the United States to live and learn on a beautiful state-of-the-art campus with all costs covered. Are you looking to set your child up for success or know a child who could benefit from Milton Hershey School? Learn more at mhskids.org/admissions.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 believes in community empowerment. LA's 99 neighborhood councils form the grassroots level of the Los Angeles city government. The system was created to connect LA's diverse communities to City Hall. While neighborhood council board members are volunteers, they are also public officials elected to office by the members of their community. Neighborhood councils advocate on issues like homelessness, housing, land use, emergency preparedness, public safety, parks, transportation, and sustainability. They also provide local expertise on the delivery of city services to their various communities. Neighborhood councils are open to participation by anyone who is a part of the fabric of daily life in said community. This includes those who live, work, or own property or a business. If you are interested in stepping up to join your local neighborhood council, visit www.empowerla.org. That's empowerla.org. It's time to think globally, but act locally. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580. You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
When minutes is so fly and now you're busted. Sweetheart, we got a lot to discuss, kid. Your relationship is withering. Don't walk away from me, come hither and listen. Cause I speak straight up, so let's chat. Sorry, baby, but your man ain't all that. Before you verbally stomp me, just wait a sec and explain why you're always looking wrecked. By now, any other lady would have just had it. Looking depressed and battered, shattered. Dreams of you two being the perfect item. The feelings you have, try to fight them. Cause your man's a conniver, so stay alert. Mark my words, you're gonna get hurt. Does a man abuse you physically or mentally? Change when I was slavery, you need to be free. So you need to swing my way. You can do your right in a flyway. I'm the one you choose, girl, you won't be abused. So baby,
Hey, nobody in LA radio playing this. A lot of people don't know who this is. But I'll tell you, legendary rapper. It's not Heavy D. He precedes Heavy D. This is Prince Marky D from the Fat Boys. This is him in the 90s when he wanted to get smooth and sexy after being a part of the Fat Boys, right? A lot of people don't know Prince Marky D later on in his career transitioned into producer. And this was his grown-up album after many years of success with the Fat Boys. And the name of the record is called Swing My Way. I mean, very interesting. I had to play it. I mean, you know, it's what I do. But let me get back to Nikki from the SIP, because she is really giving us a blueprint of how this is supposed to go. And I love the way she said, your inner circle is an extension of your relation. That's heavy. Go ahead, Nikki, finish. Let me get out your way.
Well, I don't see how it can't be if this is a person who your circle of friends, generally speaking, are long-term people. So your intimate relationship ideally is long-term also. So to keep peace in the home, if the inner circle came first and then the intimate shows up, okay, we all got to learn how to coexist. That means characteristics generally are similar because ideally you pick people to spend your life with like you pick your friends.
Interesting.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to a different level, obviously, with the intimate partner, but generally speaking, they would have similar characteristics. Interests that you all share, philosophies, sometimes religions. Generally speaking, there are some reasonably similar characteristics that you have with your intimate partner that look a lot like who your circle is. Because your circle has intimate relationships too. And they're picking characteristics similar to the ones that they have with their friends. Socioeconomic levels, you only rise to the degree of the three people closest to you. Hello.
Go ahead, Nikki.
So I kind of had a question in the sense that, aside from the fact that I've never taken anybody into those environments that wasn't cool, but we have to be sure when we establish whether they're family relationships or friend relationships and then our intimate relationships, where everybody sits relative to us, because everybody's not on the same level.
But what if your inner circle is toxic?
Okay, back to the inner work. Let's start at rudimentary. See, when you are rolling with toxic membership, you haven't done something in you to flush that out. That shouldn't even be in your circle, is what I'm trying to say. That should not be occurring.
I'm listening, Nikki. I am listening. Hold on. Toxic membership should be a T-shirt. I got to turn that in. She said, if you rolling with toxic membership, go ahead.
No. That can't be in your circle. Now, you can have members in your circle who may go through experience toxic characteristics for a time. Okay? But if that turns into a toxic person, they are not in the membership circle. We done took their black card. You know, you can't pay your monthly premiums, and it's out.
That's right. That's right.
No, because see, again, you only rise to the level of the three people closest to you. So if you rolling with toxic membership, what that make you?
Toxic.
Didn't we talk about secondhand smoke last night?
Yes, we did, ma'am.
And it can do what? It can kill you.
Yes.
Didn't take one drag off a cigarette, completely dead.
That's right,
Same thing can happen in your intimate relationship, because if they're toxic, see, they're not going to do, again, my crew has responsibilities. You can't be my friend for shits and giggles. You got to really be my friend. You got a responsibility to see what I don't. You are the eyes in the back of my head to chase away the evil forces.
I hear you. I hear you quoting the SU song. I hear you.
Oh, come on now. So if we're not doing our inner work and we haven't established the proper boundaries for our circle, family or friends, because where I learned how to make the boundaries for my friends was with my family. There's some family members we have, Pookie and Ray Ray not always cool.
Right.
That's where our first experiences with relationship comes from, our family. And if I see toxic family members, right, I've seen those characteristics, so now I know what I don't want in my circle. Are there consequences, you said? Yeah. Because if you're exposing that intimate, that thing you love, that thing that's for you, to the toxic, No, man, you protect that intimate with everything, including your circle.
Mm-hmm.
So when my guy or my girl steps into the circle, or vice versa, depending on how you meet, part of that responsibility that you have is to protect him too. You can't do that if you have not done the proper vetting of the people who you have in your circle. Now, family reunions, he can go there.
But he can't talk to nobody.
He can talk to everybody, but who talks to him is what concerns me.
Ooh, that's big.
Because I have already identified Pookie and Ray Ray. Now, step to him crazy if you want to.
Nikki,
try me.
Nikki, is this what you do? You just wait until the show come on. You say, "I'm gonna come in here and cook tonight. I'm gonna give them some food for thought tonight." Is that what?
But that's what we supposed to be doing, brother. That's why you on this program trying to make us not be stupid.
That's right. That's right. Come on, Nikki, testify. I love it.
That's what we supposed to do.
Yes.
We don't get no do-overs on this thing. And isn't it a terrible place to wake up when somebody who was really digging you and you was digging them and it messed up because you failed to put the proper boundaries in your circles? Now, that's a sad commentary.
Yes, yes. Well, Nikki, let me just say this. Let me just ask you, do you know what you just did?
Brought the sip in the building.
Lord have mercy. She done brought Mississippi in the building. Listen, if you want to bring your city in the building, I got to tell you the number, 1-800-920-1580. When we come forward, we're going to go to Baltimore, Maryland, because we got a long-time listener and a person who hasn't called in a while. They're going to come in and share their thoughts on it. But let me just say this. The power of outside approval, right? Influence on emotional well-being. That's what the power of outside influence does. The opinions of loved ones can impact our emotional well-being, as well as their disapproval can lead to feelings of guilt, shame, or doubt about the relationship. Girl, you know you could do better. Why you tolerate that? Why you put up with that? To me, yes, they're an advocacy of their person in terms of, their family member. But I think it's disingenuous because a lot of times, man, that's a work in progress, judging another work in progress. Why you put up with that? Same reason why you put up with it. You didn't throw yours away. Why you telling me to throw mine away? So I think a lot of times you have to be aware of hypocrisy as well. When we come forward, more from this national discussion.
Here's an ultimatum, he's a winner.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. New Yorkers are reacting to a poll that gives